Hey Underdogs, welcome back to Underdogs Rise, the podcast where we rise together. Today's episode is called Animation. Because the words that we use are not lifeless. What we choose to speak in the moments that we are alone animates. They all breathe movement into our reality, into our dreams, our relationships, and also our life. The language that we decide to use is not just communication, it is creation. Every word that we speak carries energy. Every belief repeat becomes rehearsal. Every story told enough becomes our identity. And many of us are walking around already speaking death over things that we have just spoken about. Our dreams, our desires, our hopes. We say, I'll never change. I'm too broken. Nothing ever works out for me. And slowly over time, those words that we use stop sounding like emotion, they start sounding like the truth. But what if your voice was never meant to be around prison bars? To be kept stuck? What if it was meant to be a bridge? A bridge between who you are now and who you are becoming? Because what we choose to speak animates our reality. The words that we repeat shape our attention, shape our action, our direction, and eventually that becomes our destiny. Think about a garden for a moment. If every day you stood over the soil where you were planting those words and you said, nothing good grows here, this ground is not worth planting, eventually you're going to stop tending to that garden. But if you decide to speak possibility, if you choose to speak possibility, even before there's any evidence, something can change inside of you. You begin to try again, you begin to believe again. Not because you're guaranteed success. We are all searching for guarantees, and there are none. But it is because hope has movement. That is animation. Because some of us inherited the language of fear. Homes where love was silent. Environments where criticism was louder than encouragement. And without realising it, we decided to speak to ourselves from those voices of old pain. We became our own narrators of our own limitations. But real healing often begins when our language changes. Not pretending that life is meant to be easy, but honest and compassionate. Instead of I'm failing, I'm learning. Instead of I can't cope, This is difficult, but I'm still here. Instead of I'm never becoming anything. Say I'm still becoming. Our words matter more than we can ever imagine. Because our nervous system listens, and it listens intently to every word. Our hearts listen, our spirit listens, and our soul listens. And eventually our behaviour follows a conversation you repeatedly have with yourself. There is a reason why encouragement can change someone's life. Because all human beings become alive when they are seen, and when they are heard, and when they are appreciated. A single sentence can interrupt despair. I believe in you. I'm proud of your effort. You're not alone. Those simple words carry enough weight and force to help us propel ourselves into the next moment. You see, a person can survive years without certainty, but not long without hope. And the hope that we received is transmitted through language. Our dreams also depend on the same language. Pay attention to how others around you speak about their future. Some speak with possibility, others may speak with fear. I love to try, but what if I fail? It's probably too late, I'm not good enough. Fear does have a vocabulary, and so does courage. Courage doesn't always sound loud, it whispers. One more day. One more attempt, one more conversation, one more beginning. You do not need to speak like a motivational speaker to transmit your life. You just need to stop speaking against yourself. Your own survival, your own limitations, your own desires. I have been one of those people that sabotages their future before it arrives because their words have already convinced them defeat is certain. But then about 5 years ago, I met my mentor. And things started to change slowly. And if I can do it, you can do it too. You see, our human spirit responds to what is repeatedly said to us and what it hears. What we speak also animates our relationships. Communication can build connection, or just simply destroy the trust that we have built up. A sentence spoken in anger can echo for years, but a loving sentence spoken at the right time can become someone's anchor during the darkest of seasons of their life. And this is why it's important to listen, because that matters more than we know. Because it's about presence. It's about hearing beyond the words that they are speaking. finding a deeper meaning behind their words. Sometimes people aren't just asking for solutions. Sometimes they are simply asking, can you hold space for my humanity? Can you listen without trying to fix me? Can you hear my pain without judging it? Communication is not about performance. It's all about the connections that we make. And the connections that give us life. Our desire is also animated through language. What we repeatedly declare as valuable becomes direction, and the direction of our own lives. If we consistently speak about status, comparison, our image, and validation or approval, we slowly start to build lives around performance. But if we speak about meaning, growth, service, our life begins to move closer towards those things instead. Our words that we use reveal the worship. Our worship to our desires, our dreams, our hopes, our aspirations for our future. They reveal what we chase, but they also reveal what we are fearful to lose. But eventually they reveal who we are becoming. This is why awareness matters. Not every thought deserves a microphone. Our fears don't deserve authority. Our inner critic does not deserve agreement. Because sometimes the most revolutionary thing that we can do is still believe that there is goodness ahead of us. There is greatness ahead of me. Even after heartbreak or grief. To continue to believe, to decide to continue to believe is an act of courage. It is a declaration that I am still here. Be careful what you continually declare over your life, because your mind is always watching. It is always listening. If you were to speak hopelessness to yourself, eventually your spirit will start shrinking to fit those words. But when you start speaking with honesty, resilience, possibility, and love, something will wake up inside of you. It's a quiet reanimation of your hopes, your dreams, your desires, and your worth. To remember that your story is not over. To remember that your pain is not your identity. To remember that growth is still possible. And to remind yourself there is breath in your lungs for a reason, for a purpose. Animation, what we choose to speak, animates our reality. So speak carefully, speak truthfully, and be kind. Because even gentle hope can carry someone through the darkest of moments in their lives. Because your voice is not just describing your own world, it is shaping the way that you walk through it. Underdogs rise, and we rise together.